chaos shifting to a new level, and a yearning to know the greater mysteries of the universe. What does it all mean? Visionary spiritual teachers and best-selling authors Sri Ram Kaur and Kira Ra explore these mysteries, offer live soul readings, and invite you to open up your mind, body, and spirit to the paradigms that are shifting, bringing
We are all now being handed a canvas. This is the week, if you've ever been called to paint, if you've ever been called to draw, I mean literally, and even if you haven't, why not pretend and have some fun? But you feel your hands. The hands of the divine, the hands of God are these hands. They are your hands. They are your hands. What we do with these hands, whether they are physical hands or whether they are the hands of our conscious creation calling into that law of instantaneous manifestation now, all that is needed. What the universe is saying in this up-level moment that is tomorrow is that the crown of wisdom is being restored for those who are ready to wear, ignite, and understand it. The crown of wisdom is the blessing that comes forward when you literally stand and arise into that which you are in the divine presence of neutrality and in the divine presence of the gift of being. To fully have that energy envelop me personally, Sri Ramka personally, and we will both be sharing with you now. We must pull back from all of our public interface, except for working directly with those who are ready to put on the crown of wisdom and say yes to humanity. And we can no longer just be out there in the public, because the energy that we are carrying, we are very blessed, honored, and aware of. And the greater mission, we are currently visioning and calling out to you to put on your crown of wisdom and vision with us 1,000 clinics of light around this globe in the next 3 years. Mm-hmm. And Tosa Blue Mountain is the ground one. We're the prototype. We know this. And so if you want to see Sri and I, come to Tosa Blue Mountain. If you want to see Sri and I, Monday Magic will be our public service outreach. And so join us at Monday Magic. You can still join us. You know, it's not about money. This is about us honoring the work. Yeah. Sri and I are the living embodiment of the yoga of self-ascension, and thereby we have the responsibility to no longer engage in a fiat system that seeks for us to compromise that which we are for ratings, for fans, for whatever other illusion exists out there. We no longer wish to participate in that. And we honor it. And so in this platform of YouTube and the social media that is run by Dana and Jess, who do such a beautiful job, because I wouldn't even know where to find our social media accounts. What you need to know is that we will be putting out the monthly Ascension predictions, the revelations, the Ascended numerology every month in short videos. They'll go up hopefully at the end of every month. Our goal is that you'll see August around July 29 this month. So that is our intention. We have also been strongly guided to start work on some feature film that we are calling in the vision of the universe to help us fund and make sure happens. Because the way to reach our world right now is through higher consciousness in our media. Our greater vision is to launch a channel. And it all begins with you, those of you that are willing to stand up and put on the crown of wisdom. Because the world right now is giving you the blessing of everything. Shri started mentioning this earlier. We're in that moment. Let's put up the Ascended numerology for July, and then Shri's going to share as well, and then we're going to certainly be taking some of your phone calls and sharing more. I want you to look at the July Ascended Numerology. And remember, every month, if you'd like to learn more about or read this beautiful melody over at the Sedona Journal of Enlightenment, is one of the very few magazines that publishes this. Help us get this published in more magazines. But if you want the whole big thing on Ascended Numerology, it is in the Sedona Journal every month and will soon be at our website as well, ShriandKara.com. But here you go. I want you to look at why the universe and how the universe is supporting you so much, because we're here right now. Look at the illuminated new moon. What happened yesterday? Where are you right now? You are in your lotus chakra. You are in the 8, and you have arrived here from your truth. You have arrived here from your 5, from that truth which has been all over this. So your truth is staring you in the face right now. Do you have the courage to step forward? Because the universe has put it there like a big balloon in front of you and said, are you ready? Because tomorrow, yes, the 12th, when we have that Ascension Uplevel, it's all of this, all of your truth, all of this divine energy, all of the vision, all of the eternal, everything that the July experience has put in front of you. Tomorrow is going to soar back in to your root chakra. And that 4 is where we're going to stay all month long until the very end of the month, when we go right back into our beingness, which is our 2nd chakra. So this means right now, what are you birthing? What are you creating? What the universe is saying is, look, in this month of experience, if you give yourself the gift of steadfast commitment, focused awareness, complete trust, then we have been working with you all month long to show you how all these experiences are coming together so that you may call forward your greater spiritual discernment and take action in the moment you want to. It needs to be go tomorrow, because it's all coming crashing into this body of form tomorrow, thereby meaning if you're ready for it, you're excited, you know where you're going, you're clear, and you see it, then it's just going to take off like this. It's just going to be like click, 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 click. And I'm talking law of instantaneous manifestation in ways that will leave you breathless, and you won't even notice because you'll be so busy creating. And so I'm talking about that. And yes, I know that's the flow Shri and I are in right now, and we must honor that, because that flow comes because you are indeed in service to the greater humanity. And that is the blessing we are all being invited to look at right now. Are we ready to go beyond all the paradigms and honestly stick our foot into the ring? And Shri and I are right there in the ring going, if you want to join us, grab your crown of wisdom.
It's important to do 2 things right now. The first is take a conscious breath.
Yeah.
So often, when we are greeted with information, when we're greeted with an invitation, there's a part of us that goes, uh-oh.
Or change, any shift, right?
Yeah,
any change.
Anything.
Yeah.
And there's another part of you that may be saying, yes, thank you. Thank you for supporting, inviting, and witnessing. The thing I wanted to share with you right now is that this energy that is going to be bursting really, in your primary chakra of the physical body.
Tomorrow.
Consider, what are you wanting to foundationalize?
There it is.
Because in the paradigm that humanity has truly outgrown the need for, yet still repeats it, fear enters that primary chakra. It's the chakra, where do I belong? Where's my money? Where's my honey? What's going to go on? Et cetera, et cetera. Versus the root chakra being filled with the abundance of the connection to the universe.
Right.
The spiritual energy foundationalizing right there in the pelvis, which animates our actions. And the energy of this is about the 4. That's perfect balance.
Right.
This is about the balance, heaven and earth, light and dark, the body and the spirit, etc. When we just simply relax and say, I am born anew. Try that out.
I am born anew.
In this moment,
I
accept my expansion.
I accept my expansion and smile.
And there it is.
Smile.
All that has gone before is past.
Right?
Now, as creator beings, if you would like to take all of the old stuff and try to make the future conform, you're welcome to have that stress.
Yeah.
However, I can assure you, the universe has got this, and that you can simply relax and breathe and be with the vision of the expanding manifestation. The paradigm upon this planet right now is beyond your dreams. We are at the forefront of the expanding manifestation of ascension consciousness. We're at the forefront. This is the cusp. For years people say, oh, something's coming. It was going to be at Y2K. Oh, no, it's going to be at 2012. Beloved ones, we're here. This is
the ascension escalator,
this
remember?
is the time. And so it's time to breathe in, to trust your greatest vision, because that vision comes from the certainty of your soul's essence.
Yeah.
The visions aren't made up. The visions are there to inspire you to collaborate, to co-create, and to be in joy.
So Shri and I are walking our walk and doing exactly that. And again, what we know is that to further anchor the blessings that are pouring through us, and we are so humbled to receive, to serve more, we have a vision, a very strong vision of Avesa Quantum Hospitals and bringing this prototype around the planet where communities are receiving true light care. And I really bow before Jim Onek at Epic Lasers. I do encourage you, no matter what you've heard or you know about lasers, I'm living proof that they work, if nothing else, because without Jim's laser, I wouldn't be walking. And to witness these people heal the way they're healing, to witness what's happening with the use of light, to be working with a physician like Dr. Lorena Vintimilla and her beautiful brother, Jose, and all of the students who come from the school, the university, the medical school, to volunteer their time. This is the active model of the compassion of the new planet. And as masters of consciousness, which you are, or you wouldn't be connecting with us right now, the moment of the crown of wisdom is not an accident. And I want to share something with you because we've been, and I'm sure you are too, we have been in this constant surge as the Ascendant Numerology shows and as the Uplevel calendar had shown. I mean, we certainly didn't know any of this. None of this. We're all in this kind of need to know basis, are we not? But in this moment right now, we are already, take a breath, right? Lead us through an Avesa, right? So, there we are. You've just expanded consciousness more than it's ever gone before. And you've just done it again. To actively participate with conscious awareness at the moment where the limits of the perceived expansion are themselves expanding means that if something expands, whatever's been holding on is going to fall, right? And whatever expands with it is birthing into a new experience. Our beautiful, beloved Mother Gaia, and this is all heading towards September, is it not? Our beautiful, beloved Mother Gaia is getting real with us, inviting each one of us to get very real. When COVID came to the planet, it began Monday Magic. Monday Magic is now the only place you'll catch Shri and I live, unless you're in our classes, of course. Because again, it is about being and sustaining the level of consciousness that supports the body of physical form to reverse age and sustain itself for as long as it serves the mission has become ever more important. Complacency is killing us all. Mm-hmm. Doing things for reasons that no longer are in a flow with that which is already expanding only serve that which seeks to hold you back. Anger is at an all-time high. Fear is at an all-time high. And yet in the next breath, it will expand again because everything is expanding. All energy is infinitely neutral. It's how we intersect with that energy that moves it. And our physical bodies are intersecting with new energy. Whether we are conscious of it or not is irrelevant. It does not dismiss the fact that we are doing that. And we are aware, Shri and I, through the blessing of all that we work with and those that we're blessed to be with, and this mighty land itself, are very aware that in order to remain in this experience of consciousness, one must let go of the density as real. Now, that can be a very explosive sentence to hear. So I want you to breathe that in for a minute, because what does that really mean? What it really means is that you are consciously aware of everything in density. You are aware of the body and what it needs. You are aware of everything. That does not shift. And it is that misperception that for many is the blinder that stops them from awakening.
Line mute.
Because you're
Line
not
unmuted.
you're not going to be ever without these experiences, because you are carrying the body of form. That was your choice. That's why you're here. That's the gift. However, learning how to command the body of form, learning, and really the word isn't learning, it's really about responding to the ego as the master you are in the way that the ego can relax and support, is also that moment. You know, Gandhi said it best, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And unless you can get out of the model of density that wants you to sincerely stay there, because it is a self-sustaining entity, it must be in its own creative essence. That's the experience we're having in July. All of that synthesized together. And so as we walk into this Ascension Uplevel tomorrow, right now we're in it, the new moon, and it's a new moon Ascension Uplevel, which is that canvas. What do you know is the right action before you for the greater good? Can you go outside of just the you? Can you look beyond the singular and really see the one? Keeping our eyes on the divine at all times, the crown of wisdom just so happens to be the first lesson of the lessons of oneness. And the lessons of oneness, lesson 1, without any accident either, was delivered when Shri and I were way out in the middle of the ocean. I think it's the only ensoulment we did on water, like way outside. We've been on lakes, but I mean, we were way out on the ocean. We were in the Atlantic Ocean, actually on a cruise ship. We were the talent. And so this ensoulment was delivered in water, surrounded by water. There was no land in sight. And that is not lost on me, that because of COVID and the way that Monday Magic has unfolded, the insertion of the unlocking and the decoding of these ensoulments in perfect harmony with the frequencies that are coming forward on the planet right now is not an accident. And the title of the very first one is actually called The Crown of Wisdom, teaches you how to call that back. It is incredibly important. And for the first time ever, because we just completed the first of what we now know will be 36 parts, but because we completed the first of the 12 weeks of the I Am discourses, this Lessons of Oneness is actually incorporating both. So as we unlock the actual discourses, now we're also going to have the original I Am, Volume 3 that we've been working with, to continue that journey, weaving this together. What I pray you're feeling and hearing as well as Shri and I, because it's not lost on us either, is that we are at a moment where consciousness has grown beyond the materials that the planet had. Thereby, all of us have been gifted with the mastery activation in this specific timeline experience to be able to unlock and decode. And those of us that are still alive, that are having the blessing to go back and do this with things that we were a part of then, so that they're here for now, is important. And we know that And we know that the reason we're still alive, you guys all know how many times we've been gone, right? The only reason we're still here, the reason our bodies are, my body is in the best shape I've been in since my early 20s, is because that's how important this is. And because that's how committed Shri and I are. Shri and I are as 100% as 100% can be. And we invite you to gaze into your own heart. Because when you say yes to the yoga of self-ascension, the law of instantaneous manifestation defies what your brain can create. And tomorrow night is when it all begins. And I will be doing soul mirrors. I am very excited. My final soul mirrors, Veda Austin's going to be back. Why not? We're all in the water right now. Some amazing new film we're going to show. And that will be my final soul mirror. Shri will make a special appearance. And so you want to join us Tuesday night. But again, starting tomorrow, Monday Magic is where we know we need to be. And we're going to change the format, expand it just a little bit, make it a little more all-encompassing, and of course, doing what we're doing. So I really encourage you to get in there. The Lessons of Oneness, the I Am discourses, it starts tomorrow night. And then please join me for our final Soul Mirrors show as well, because Shri and I are now available live at Monday Magic, our classes, and of course here at Tosa Blue Mountain.
Yes.
Until we get those centers up and running, and then hopefully we'll be coming to you. Yeah, because we're really on this, guys. The vision is coming forward. Help us birth this miracle for the planet.
You know, one thing that's important to remember is that everything is energy. Mm-hmm. And so often we have been invited to stay aligned with this old paradigm, the Newtonian paradigm of cause, effect, subject, object. Cause, effect, subject, object is supported by the belief in a linear timeline, that this event here causes this event or outcome over here. And can you just pause for a moment and realize how restrictive that has been for humanity?
Yeah, think about that.
That the level of consciousness that embraces that as truth is self-limiting.
Yeah.
Versus the natural progression that I know many of you have touched of moving out of the allopathic into the holistic and and moving into more energy medicine and quantum field and quantum understandings. It's still a little bit wobbly in consciousness because people have one foot in an old paradigm and want to go to the new paradigm, but they haven't fully embraced it.
Or they're afraid of it.
Their fear is one of the reasons they haven't done it. But consider that the paradigm is not just a model. It is the field of reality which underpins the Newtonian experience, because consciousness said that's what we're going to do. What happens when consciousness says instantaneous manifestation, ever-present moment, and that we are no longer in a linear reality? What happens if we just go, yes?
Yes!
It becomes so.
That's the gift, right? It's that simple, and yet we make it that hard, do we not? It really is.
And sometimes we need to live a few examples of it, see some examples, feel the energy before all the fear kind of dissipates, and we go, yes. Mm-hmm. We hope to be part of that experience of offering to the world of here's one way it looks like. Just say yes and discover how it's going to look for you.
How fun is that? How fun is that? You know, Shri, before we jump to the phone lines, because I do see a lot of people there, 517-208-1500. Remember, *5 if you want to ask us a question or share something with Shri and I. Einstein.
Yeah.
I love, as Shri was sharing earlier, the one thing that I love about Einstein is he says, when it comes to matter, we've got it all wrong.
Yes.
Right? Matter is nothing more than energy that has had to literally lower its vibration to the point where it's discernible to the senses. Everything is energy. Yeah. And so, I go back to Einstein over and over and over again, because this is really what it's about. It's about rising through the limiting beliefs. It's about rising through things that perhaps we held as true that were absolutely true up until this moment. We expand. And when we try to pull ourselves away from the expansion is when we create our pain. Mm-hmm. When we resist our natural expansion, we become filled with pain and often with rage and anger. We have no idea why we're so upset. We have no idea why everything is so crazy. And it's because we're not who we are in our heart. It's because we are being other than that which we are, often out of a false sense of responsibility to others. And what's important to really remember, and at the end of the day, is it not a divine gift to know that victim consciousness controls all of that? And it's sly, and it's sophisticated, and it is so good. And that victim, rescuer, abuser, which can seem so simplistic when you first look at it, can become so sophisticated.
Yeah.
To fully break free and be the teacher, mentor, healer, which is the ascended presence of that being, to fully step into that is to honestly take the leap in consciousness, because you cannot exist in that in a world of this. Victim consciousness is based upon fear. Ascended consciousness is based upon trust. And as the Archangelic realm and the Ascended Masters have shared with us so many times, trust and love, same energy. Same energy. You know, Sri and I are very blessed. We interface with a lot of really beautiful people. And for some of them, what puts them off is that Sri and I trust first. We just trust first. Because what the universe has shown us is that when you trust first, and when you are in the conscious expansion, then the people that start showing up around you can meet there. And those that drop along the way, you don't look back. Mm-hmm. The universe is saying, stay in that trust first model. When you are angry, when you are polarized, when you are beyond resolution within, when peace is something you cannot find, you are unable to break free. And I want to say this is why navigating the inner matrix is bar none, and we have thousands of testimonials, and including a whole bunch from people right now that want to bring this into schools, and I agree. And there's ways that I think we can do this, which was also part of our vision, is along with the Avesa Hospital, we're also seeing a full life school, a school where children are really brought up and can really give themselves the blessing of the co-creation of this planet. So we're looking at a full process here. Too much for us to share on this show, but I know you guys feel that right now. So let's just feel that, maybe. Maybe I should stop there. Let's just feel that.
Yeah. So often we have had dreams, conversations, wishes, and we haven't anchored those in that root chakra, in that foundation of our energy body that coincides with our physical body.
Yeah.
They're just floating, unanchored. When our vision, which is different than a dream, vision is information from the divine.
Inspired clarity.
It is connected to your divine wisdom.
Yep.
Dreaming can come from the ego. It can come from a momentary need for ice cream or whatever ephemeral, whatever. And so here's the key. When we anchor in our ascended presence, and it begins here at the heart.
Always.
And we bring that divine wisdom right on down to the base chakra, the physical form, and in perfect balance, we begin to call into the physical that which was in the etheric. Exactly. It connects here. And that's the ingredient that is required. Now, that's just a concept. What do you got to do? We need to trust our divinity, to trust our authenticity more. We need to trust each other more. We need to breathe with presence more. Yeah. We need to vision and take action on the visions more.
And there it is. There it is. Complacency will not suffice. This is a time where your physical body is calling you to move. And I'm talking about get up and move. However you need to move. Movement is life, right? You are this energy. And so do you know how hard it is to really hold that in? I can't even talk about it because it brings me back to when I couldn't move.
Yeah.
And those 5 years where, wow, did that teach me a lot.
We are given a physical form so that we can interface in this dimensional density.
Exactly.
To receive the gifts of being conscious here. Yeah. You can be awake to the gifts, or you can be asleep to the gifts. When we are awake to the gifts, we have a beautiful resolution and the ability to become the teacher, healer, mentor. When we're asleep to the gifts, we tend to be defined by the status quo of the masses until such time as we wake up. And it's all good. There's time. You could sleep for a lifetime or more, or you could say, I'm awakening and I will champion my awakeness. Now that's a little different than wokeness, I think. But our awakeness
I don't know that I even know. I don't want to claim to know. But Merlin's here, so I think I think we had to have a Merlin sighting. There we go. So this is our feral cat Merlin, who is now the snuggliest little thing you've ever seen. So go ahead.
So I invite each of you to find the kernels of inspiration, to find those nuggets that are shiny within your vision, within your heart, and water them, pay attention to them. Less attention on the outer world, more attention on the truth that I am. And I am the miracle-making presence going forward in every activity that I engage this day.
And what are those activities? You know, one thing I wanted to invite is those of you that are joining us in Navigating the Inner Matrix, and I do invite every being to check out Navigating the Inner Matrix. Well, if we're not on the air on Sunday and Tuesday and you are checking out our shows, why not take some time, go enjoy nature, and connect with one of the discourses. Connect with something that brings you great joy. Dance for an hour. Put on some music you love. Give yourself the gift of more time with you. Because the one thing that Shri and I are clear on is that the greatest service we can offer is to do everything in our power to not be interrupted from that which is being offered through our connection. And the vision and what is coming in around that vision really matters. And we know that your visions really matter. Remember that anything you think is your imagination, anything that you think you may, whatever you've dreamed of before, try this one on. Everything you imagine, everything you have dreamed of before, the reason the collective dreams tend to model each other is because you've already done that. Anything you vision, I'm not talking about nighttime dreams where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in this weird, strange place. I'm talking about visions, things that have come to you, a dream you've carried, something you've always felt, or something you've known deep down, and you're like, why hasn't that happened? Well, the key is it did happen. And that's why sometimes people have a hard time. They blend timelines. And there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of literal soul explanation for some experiences people have because they're that close in their timelines where that being has manifested. So right now, if you're having visions that are anything less than positive, stop. I'm serious. Pull out the giant eraser, right? I just call it pull out that giant eraser and just go, oh yeah, I'm doing it. Did you ever, I used to like being the one who got to erase the board, right? Because I was like, I'd really erase that board. I'm going to get rid of the dust, right? Well, that's the container practice. Pull out the giant eraser, do the container practice. That way you know. If you don't know what the container practice is, please go to shriandkira.com. Right up at the top, you'll see self-ascension practices. Open up that list, learn and use the container practice. A quick way to instantly make sure and check in on your own clarity of your own energy field. And in the end of the day, remember that the mantra of self-ascension is one of the most powerful tools on the planet, especially when you do it with a mala, especially the first time. Whenever I receive a new mala, whenever I have a new mala, and I get all of them from malasforascension.com, 108 mala, I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me. And you go through the whole mala. And then when you're wearing it, look at how many prayers you're wearing. And they're all the mala of self-ascension. The yoga of self-ascension is explicitly non-dogmatic because it originates from the energy of the ascended presence, the I am.
Beautiful. I'm just enjoying that. So, beloved ones, before we pop over to the phone lines, I just want to invite us to take a moment and let's just center.
Yeah.
Thinking Ave, hail to the divine on the inhale, and exhaling, open. Let's do it together. Big Ave in. And again, please. And you begin to feel that energy of centering. There's a difference between being grounded and being centered. We invite you to engage your center, which is the heart. And from that place, everything has a spacious evenness to it. Grace flows with greater ease.
Yes, yes, yes. It does.
All right. Well,
let's see. We're going to go over to the phone lines. Now, remember, over at 517-208-1500, you need to press *5 if you have something to ask us. And it looks like we've got right here over in Albuquerque. Hey, our old hometowns there. Hi, namaste.
Hey,
I got in.
You did get in.
This is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
And I've been with you guys for, for years and years. But I was calling, not that I needed anything, but I was calling to say thank you. Because that's what I felt. I have so much peace and so many blessings, and I just vibrate with you all the time. And I don't even have to be connected to you, Yvette, but I can always feel the energy. I wake up and I feel the Ave Sar. And I just wanted to say thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, sweetheart. And I really hope and pray we'll see you in Monday Magic as well. Thank you. Thank you for the gift of you
yes.
and for saying yes to you. We're grateful you're on the planet. Thank you, sweetheart. Many blessings. Namaste.
Namaste.
Bye, honey. Yeah, that's how I feel about all of you, is thank you. Really. And we have other people here with their hands up. So here we are, Shri. It looks like we're going to, is that New York? I think it's New York. Yeah. Hi, New York, with their hand up.
Hello.
Hi. Maybe your name is. Hi.
Thank you so very much. Oh, I really appreciate this. And I'm very sad to see you people leave the show. Got a lot of inspiration, so thank you all for that. And I thought I would call in one last time to ask for guidance on my health issues. I think I was cut off a while back on a different show. I recently was diagnosed with a circulation problem in my left leg. And I'm looking for a message in it, a reason, and guidance how to heal.
All right. Well, thank you, sweetheart. And again, please go to ShriandKira.com and make sure you get into Monday Magic. And Shri is going to go ahead and share.
I go ahead and muted you. I want to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, especially with your circulation.
I wonder, and
left leg.
Yeah, I got that. Everything is universal when it comes to how spirit engages our bodies. We all have the same sort of guidelines we work within. Your blood carries the joy of your soul's mission. And when people are preoccupied and not connected as consciously to their soul's mission, the blood begins to act up, whether it's through cholesterol issues, blood pressure issues, clotting, those kinds of things. Now, remember, we as a body intersect at the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual levels. So there's more than one influence. Mm-hmm. But when I hear you talk about your left leg, your left leg is about the comfort and enthusiasm with which you're willing to move forward into the future. And if the future is feeling a little unknown, and if you have some uncertainty about doing that, then the left side of the body will start to manifest its issues as reminders to trust. So here's what I suggest you do. Get out your pen and paper and start journaling on where your joy is. The things that bring me joy, the activities that bring me joy. A vision I have for my life is. A detail in this vision is. Get fine-tune it. Every little detail. What are the colors, tastes, and experiences? The clothing I'll wear. Every little detail. And the more that you take the vision and write about it and make it real, the more the body goes, oh, okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
My left leg's ready. Let's walk right into that future. And you don't have to think there's anything wrong with you. You say thank you to the body for reminding me to listen more, to love more, and to trust my future more.
Ooh, and I just love that you got through as well, because we were sharing earlier about complacency. And I did clearly hear there's this beautiful presence around you that's saying, what are you really willing to do? It's like inside of you, you want to go ahead and break free. You're asking to break free, yet and I'm looking at some things you're eating, I'm looking at some other habits you're in. So take some time and say, okay, what's one new thing I'm going to do for me that makes me feel really good about me, and start there. And I think that really does call forward the moment.
Absolutely. We are all given this opportunity of bridging the world.
Yes.
And so often we get enveloped by one level of our being to the exclusion of the other levels. Mm-hmm. And then our beautiful partner, your body is your first partner, is it not? Is going to have some symptomology to say, hey, we're not fully integrated. Let's work on that. But if you take the bodily calls, call them symptoms, and you only address it from the physical level, you're missing the message. You're not getting the fullness of it. Let's put it that way. So and that's for everybody.
Exactly. And, speaking of the fullness, we have loved being with you. We have been on the air for 18 years.
Yes.
And this has been extraordinary. And we are open to when and how we may return in some form. Mm-hmm. However, what the action steps are right now, I want you to take these action steps as number one. If you've enjoyed our shows, if you enjoy the work that Sri and I offer, then get into Monday Magic. Monday Magic is a 100% donation experience. Get into Monday Magic. Come and join and learn more. Have a deeper experience with the material.
Yes.
And number two, please give yourself the gift of going to ShriandKira.com. Grab the ebook. Read it. It's free. There are so many things there for you to look at as far as self-ascension practices and things that you can honestly do to make your journey easier. And make sure that you have subscribed to our YouTube channel, YouTube/official Sri and Kira. The reason being is that we are going to be putting out every month the monthly Ascension update. We will be putting them out. These will be very short, 5 to 7 minute videos, but all of the material that you want, we are still going to be putting out, and it will be there for you. So in this moment, we invite you to know that everything Sri and I have ever offered and continue to offer and will offer comes from the naked authenticity of saying yes to the divine. And that this gift is our yes to the greater mission that is just beginning.
Yes.
And we know that yours is beginning with us or on your own, and in whatever way, it's amazing, and we honor you so dearly.
So, beloved ones, let's take one more deep breath together. And in this moment, I trust myself, I trust the universe, and I know that all is truly well. Breathing deeply, let a smile come to your face, and be in the peace of that trust. Namaste.
We love you.
Thank you for joining us at Sri and Kira Live. To have your questions answered, send us an email to guest@shriandkiraradio.com and check out more